In this final video, I want to go over how to solve quadratic equations by graphing using a graphing calculator. But first, let me show you how to locate the solutions on typical graphs. Here are three examples where the parabola opens upwards. In this first graph, the parabola intersects the x-axis at 2 points, which means there are two distinct real solutions or two distinct real roots or zeros. In the second graph, the parabola intersects the x-axis at 1 point, which means there is one repeated real solution or a double root. In this third graph, the parabola is above the x-axis, so there are no points of intersection with the x-axis. Therefore, there are no real solutions, and there are two imaginary solutions instead. Similarly, with the parabolas opening downward, we either have two distinct real solutions, one repeated real solution, or no real solutions. Example 1. When given x squared minus 2x equals 3, you want to set this side equal to 0 so that you can plug this into your graphing calculator. This is the part you want to plug into your graphing calculator. On the TI Inspire, this is what the function would look like. On the TI-84, this is what the function would look like. Now let's actually see what the graph will look like.
First press the Home button, then B to select the graph scratchpad. Now let's input our function. Press X, then x squared minus 2x minus 3, and then enter. Notice the parabola intersects the x-axis at 2 points. To find the first solution, press Menu, then the number 6 for Analyze Graph, then the number 1 to find the 0. Notice it asks for a lower bound. Use your arrow keys to move the vertical dotted line to the left of the first solution, and then press Enter. Now it asks for an upper bound. So now press and hold the right arrow key until you're on the right side of the solution or 0, then press Enter. The solution is x equals -1. Now let's repeat this process to find the second solution. So press Menu, number 6, then number 1. Press and hold the right arrow until you're just to the left of the second solution, then press Enter. Then press and hold the right arrow key again until you're on the right side of the 0 and press Enter. So the other solution is x equals 3. And we're done. Now let's solve our quadratic equation using the TI-84 graphing calculator. So first press y equals. And now let's input our function. Press X, then the x squared button, minus 2x minus 3. Then enter. Press the graph button. Like before, the parabola intersects the x-axis at 2 points. Let's find the first solution. Press the second function key, then trace to access the calculate menu. Then press the number 2 to select 0. Now, keep pressing the left arrow key until you are just to the left of the first 0. Then press enter. Keep pressing the right arrow key until you are just to the right of the 0 and press enter. Finally, press the left arrow key until you are as close to the 0 as possible. Then press enter. As you can see, our answer is -1. Now let's find the second 0. Press the second function key, then trace, then 2. Press the right arrow key until you are just to the left of the second 0. Then press enter. Then press the right arrow key until you are just to the right of the 0 and press enter again. Lastly, move the cursor using the arrow keys so that you are very near the 0 and press enter. Our second 0 is x equals 3, and we solved the quadratic equation.
Example 2. Since x squared minus 9.4x plus 22.09 is already set equal to 0, let's plug this function into the graphing calculator. Now let's see what this graph actually looks like.
To save time, I've already inputted the function. Then press enter to draw the graph. Notice the parabola just touches the x-axis at one point, so we only have one solution. So press menu, number 6, then number 1 to find the 0. Press and hold the right arrow key until you're just to the left of the 0, and press enter. Now press and hold the right arrow key until you're just to the right of the 0. Then press enter again. As you can see, the solution is 4.7. Once again, to save time, I have already inputted the function. So now go ahead and press graph. And notice how there is just one x-intercept. Let's find it. Press second function, trace, 2, then press the right arrow key until we're just to the left of our 0. Then press enter. Keep pressing the right arrow key again until you're to the right of the 0. Press enter. And finally, let's move our cursor using the arrow keys to make a good guess. Press enter. Our 0 is 4.7. The extra decimal part is due to round off error, so just ignore it.
Example 3. Again, since negative 1.4x squared plus 2.7x minus 3.2 is already set to 0, let's plug this whole function into the graphing calculator. Now let's see what this graph actually looks like.
Once again, to save time, I've already inputted the function. Then press enter to draw the graph. I have inputted the function once again to save time. Press graph.
Since the parabola does not touch the x-axis, we have to plug in this equation into the quadratic formula. And I'll leave that up to you.